Who wants a meatball? "31 years ago. That's how long ago it was. 1987, Wrestlemania 3. That was the day that Hulk Hogan picked up Andre the Giant, body slammed him, and gave him the leg drop, and pinned him. 1, 2, 3. That was one of the most electric and amazing moments in WrestleMania history. After that, years later, WrestleMania became a phenomenon. Every year there were amazing matches and an amazing spectacle. So because of that, it was only inevitable that we would get a WrestleMania video game on NES. So you guys are probably wondering what the $1 million question is. How does the game play? Yeah, that's WrestleMania for NES. The game f***ing sucks. I'm serious. All the game is literally a button masher. And you know what's even worse than that? Most of the time, the game doesn't respond to what you're pressing. So pretty much the whole entire freaking game is unplayable. I did not have fun with WrestleMania for NES. And I strongly don't recommend this game at all because the responses of the controls is pretty much terrible. But I have a video game review to do, so without further ado, this pains me to say this, let's review WrestleMania for NES. WrestleMania for NES. This was one of the first wrestling games released on the NES. If we're comparing it to other wrestling games, in my opinion, games like Pro Wrestling and Tecmo World Wrestling completely defeat this game in comparison. Now you're probably wondering at this point in the review, well, Mr. Wii, does WrestleMania have any redeeming qualities? Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't amount to much to what this game truly is. I do like how this game gives you a few modes and lets you choose your name. The presentation isn't half bad in this game. But considering that the most important aspect of the game is the freaking gameplay, let me just say this. It's like taking a boulder and placing it on 2 sticks. The boulder is going to completely smash through those sticks every single time. Hopefully that analogy helps. The gameplay is so freaking bad that it won't save what else the game tries to throw at you. Man, this game lacks a lot of substance. Well, it's time to play a little bit. Ugh, really? Man, this game is so freaking difficult. barely press the stupid buttons in this game. It's ridiculous. Ugh! That's the final straw.
Oh my gosh, you freaking suck at this game.
Okay, it's time to talk about the development history of WrestleMania for NES. So gosh help us all. WrestleMania for NES came out back in January of 1989, a few months before WrestleMania 5. This game was made by Acclaim, and this started a relationship back in those days with WWE and Acclaim. A follow-up game came out called WrestleMania Challenge, which I have actually played, and I feel that game is a lot better than WrestleMania for NES. Okay. Now it's time to talk about the gameplay of WrestleMania for NES now. WrestleMania for NES has you select a few wrestlers. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man. Bam Bam Bigelow and the Honky Tonk Man. This is an okay group of wrestlers, but really, no Ricky the Dragon Steamboat or Roddy Piper or Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Weak. Like I have previously stated numerous freaking times already in this review, the gameplay is just, oh boy, garbage. Most of the time when you press the A and B button, it's very unresponsive, and what makes it even worse is that your attacks really don't do much to the other freaking opponent. The gameplay in this game is broken. WrestleMania for NES has other modes as well, which is cool, but really doesn't amount to much. Look, back in 1989, some NES games were bad, I get that. While this game was the weakest of the bunch back then, it literally amounts to less replayability even in 2018. Man, that's really depressing looking at it that way. Look, it's obvious Acclaim didn't put too much effort in this game, and in my opinion, they were literally cash grabbing on a quick buck. But this is literally one of the worst wrestling games I have ever played. The gameplay is slightly redeemable at times, but only on very rare instances. I did not have fun at all with WrestleMania for NES. It amazes me how other games like Pro Wrestling know how to deliver on fun and amazing gameplay, while this game, I don't know what to say, it's just bad. Overall, the gameplay of WrestleMania for NES is terrible, and I would rather fucking hit myself in the head with a freaking hammer over and over again until my brain is busted open with fucking blood and go in a state of unconsciousness than play this shitty ass game. I'm serious. I'm dead freaking serious. So, what are my final thoughts about WrestleMania for NES? Yo, wait a minute, you're not Pikachu! Hi, you're my new friend. So what are my final thoughts for WrestleMania? Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. WrestleMania for NES is just trash. The gameplay is garbage, and this game is one of the worst wrestling games I have ever played. I don't understand how Acclaim, for it being one of the first WWE wrestling games released, could be just such garbage. The NES was a system that was flourishing on great quality games, and games like this, while I didn't grow up back in the 80s, poor defenseless kids would buy these games in the store and say, "Oh mommy, daddy, it's wrestling, it looks great." They go home, put in the freaking cartridge in the NES, and they are treated with absolute shit. and their $50 go to the power-hungry ass corporations. That was just unbelievable back then. Video games nowadays are much more evolved, so getting quality games are more accessible, but back then it was literally like going to the Powerball since there was no internet and prior information on getting these games. Wrestlemania for NES is garbage. It's just unbelievable. I wouldn't recommend this game to any kind soul on this planet Earth. There are so many other amazing wrestling games worth your time, and this game is just pure, unadulterated monkey trash. I give this game a 2 out of 10. And even that is being generous. Don't waste your time with this crappy game. Like, I'm serious. Let me tell you guys right now, I am literally, with every fiber of my being, I'm 100% serious. Don't waste your time with this game. Anyhow, thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.